I saw one that I found quite interesting. It was somebody kind of saying something nice towards me. They said, I truly respect you for keeping this topic up every day, having been through something horrible with the NHS. Thank you so much, because it is because of my moral fortitude that I'm able to keep up this fight. And we are fighting against a tyrannical, evil, organized criminal mafia medical system. That's what the NHS is. That's what the trusts are. Make no mistake about it. They cover up deaths routinely. Natalie J says NHS are the worst kind of people when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't doubt that. Tap the screen to like the live, guys. We've got 3k likes. We've got 50 viewers. If everyone likes the live 100 times, we're going to get 5k likes, and that would really help us. That would boost us in the algorithm. Carol Harding says Lucy has never said I'm innocent. Yes, she has. She's pled not guilty, and she also wrote I'm innocent on the piece of paper that people used to say that she that she confessed to what she did. So she's clearly maintained her innocence the entire time. In fact, I have an interview on my TikTok page speaking to somebody who actually was in prison with her. Should I play that? Oh no, you didn't think I'm gonna have the receipts these times. You see, this is what I'm saying. This is why I set up the platform the way I have. Let me pull up the receipts, because I spoke to someone who was in prison with her. Should we listen? Let's listen. If it will load. Come on, load up. Here we go. Okay.
She's guilty. But before I went to prison, I was like, yeah, she's guilty. But speaking to her in prison, she's such a nice lady as well. And she just talks so nicely, and she feels awful for the babies that have obviously passed away, but she is adamant she hasn't done it. And then when I left prison for my sentence, obviously looking up, I've read on it and I've read the books and stuff like that, and like she didn't do it.
Do you think that she's neurodivergent? Like, do you think she might have like autism or anything like that? Because some people have rumoured, I'm not saying she does, some people have rumoured that she might be a bit neurodivergent. What was your impression?
I mean, she was happy to have a conversation. She was very open about stuff. I wouldn't say she's really got autism. I've got autism myself, so... But
we won't get too much into that, but that's me interviewing somebody who was in prison with Lucy Letby. Department of Autonomy and Sovereignty on YouTube says, what are your thoughts on the argument put forth in the Channel 5 documentary that says the hospital was known to have severe issues, especially with contaminated water? I don't buy the contaminated water theory. I think they're saying it was contaminated with Pseudomonas. A lot of these bacterial things that they find on hospital wards are quite benign. I thought that was quite a poor justification for why a lot of these children died. And better suggestions have been put forward for why most of the children died. It's not uncommon for children to die due to medical negligence and then have it being attributed to something else. It doesn't necessarily have to be a systemic issue like contaminated water. I think it's more of a systemic issue with how wards are run, because I've seen how neonatal wards are run, and what they have is they have poor continuity of care, so information is getting passed on poorly between every shift. They also have a culture of bullying and a culture of refusing to take accountability, and that really negatively affects patient care. And then they also have really old and outdated equipment, and they hire quite frankly, they hire many unintelligent and underqualified people, and they put them in positions of power, even through DEI and through quite frankly feminism. They put a lot of people who are not properly qualified in positions of power, and a lot of these types of people, they're not people that take accountability. They're not good at managing, they're not good at delegating, they're not good at organizing, and things go wrong. And when these things go wrong, the NHS covers up harm. We've got some comments that say just that. What was a comment I wanted to get to? What about the things that happened when Lucy wasn't around? Exactly. I actually have a table. I've got this on my phone, so I can't put it up for the viewers right now, but I have a table showing let's see, actually, table showing Lucy shift patterns. So I have a table showing that Lucy wasn't actually present for all of the things that happened on the ward. There was actually just misrepresented evidence. I've got it on my phone. We can put it up another time. Let's get to more comments. So what about the notes they found in her room? Genuinely curious. So they found a note in her room that was from that was a note that she was told to write by a psychiatrist. And psychiatrist, we don't know what the psychiatrist asked her, and it says, I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough to care for them. So that implies that she believes that she did something wrong because she's not good enough to care for them, right? She also wrote on the same note that she's innocent and that she's being framed. So I don't know if we can give too much credence to what was written on that note. The jury at the time did not know that note was actually a note that she was told to write by a psychiatrist. In addition, I have personal experience from speaking to other harmed families, other families that have been harmed by the NHS, that what they do is they provide you a service, a mental health service, and then they can actually get your notes, your own personal private notes from the mental health appointments, and then they use those notes against you in court when you try to sue them. Kevin says, not guilty. NHS has used that to take the bullet. Exactly. On YouTube, Department of Autonomy and Sovereignty says, are you going to stream the new doc here on YouTube, or should we all go and stream it ourselves? I'm going to stream it after this live. So once I end the TikTok live, I'm actually going to start streaming the documentary. So stick around, department, and you're going to see us. I'm not going to even do this live for too long because I do want to stream the documentary.